Vote for me and I'll set you free.
Free is just another word for nothing left to lose. Over me.
All right, folks, you certainly know what that theme song means by now. That's right. It's time for another episode of America Matters. I'm your host today, Leo Zaki, with Eddie Floyd and Shannon Lawson. Welcome to Hour 2. It's Wednesday, January 29th, folks. 9 days into Donald Trump's presidency, second term, and it's going real good. We're getting the illegals out of here. We've got a lot of great people getting their Senate confirmations through. This is happening in a very nice, efficient pace. I'm liking it. This is government efficiency. This is what the power of the president's office can do. They can get it done. This whole, oh, well, it's a complicated, blah, 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 this and that. Oh, everything's got to, it takes time. Bullcrap. If you want to get it done, they'll get it done. And let me tell you, Donald Trump and his team, they want to get it done.
Amen.
And we're seeing it. We are seeing it right now. So I'm really thrilled about all that. And staying right, Shannon. In God we trust, 100%. Can't wait to see all that coming back in a real meaningful manner. That we need, especially after we saw that demon on the pulpit there, preaching there.
That's for sure.
So, but yeah, things are going really, really good. I'm very happy. Tom Homan's doing a great job. You got great people coming out and supporting him, like Dr. Phil, making sure the transparency is there. It's a beautiful thing. It's a good day to be an American.
Yeah. The one thing that Trump hasn't done is anything in Ukraine. Russia's hugely under attack right now, 80 kilometers in by the swarms of drones all of a sudden. So obviously Trump doesn't know what's going on. They're hiding it from him, or he's endorsing it.
Wait, who's doing the drones?
Ukraine
is attacking Russia.
Yeah. They've had one drone shot down over the nuclear facility. They're pounding Russia right now.
Yeah,
and if Trump knew about this, what's going on here?
They had a Russian jet go down. They knocked it down.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Well, where is Ukraine getting all this stuff?
Yeah, that's what we're saying. What was that last 60 million that Biden put through?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Also, Sweden has put stuff in, Germany, Poland. I thought Trump was not going to rubber stamp this.
Yeah.
I want that war to end. I don't want to see more people being killed. This is a meat grinder. Zelensky's a piece of crap. And a lot of the money that we've sent him has been laundered. I mean, we heard about Ukrainian generals' homes and the Palisades burning down. I didn't even know we had Ukrainian generals as my neighbors. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Apparently they are or were. Wow. Interesting.
Yep.
A little far from the battlefield. I also don't like the fact that they were able to own property here in this country.
That's right. Sell out. It's all about the money.
That's right.
I don't like that. What happened to we the people?
Like you were talking in the last show, it's all about the money.
Right. All about the money. Yeah, we left off at a little interesting part there. It was getting a little spicy, huh?
Yeah.
Talking about the American history with involving the banks. No, we never learned this crap in school.
No, they want us to know.
No, of course.
Just keep paying your taxes, man. And
right.
Put your money in the bank. Once you put your money in the bank, it's not yours.
Yeah. And then what they do on top of that is it gives them the leeway to print basically, you create 900% more money when you do that. Because they loan it out. Loan it out. You give a bank $100.
Yeah.
Well, you give the bank, you deposit $100 in the bank. The bank will then turn around and loan $1,000. So you essentially create $900 when you deposit $100 into a bank.
Right.
It's all fugazi. It's all fiat. It's all air. There's nothing and that's why I noticed this after I left. Not that I left willingly, like First Republic, because I used to bank with First Republic. And they got acquired by JP Morgan Chase. And I used to have a limit on how much my limit to withdraw with First Republic. I got rid of it. I was like, no, I don't want a limit. So that was cool. And then JP Morgan Chase acquired First Republic. And all of a sudden I was limited to like $2,000 for my checking account.
Jesus.
Wow.
and with my debit card. And on top of that, they also limit how much money I can spend on my debit card.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
Yeah.
I had to open another checking account, and it's now that one allows me, I think, take out like $5,000 like at an ATM withdrawal. I mean, obviously you can go to the teller and take out more, but what if I can't go to the teller? It's like Sunday.
Yeah.
Or
You
after
can't get your
5.
money.
Right. What kind of crap is that? And
Yeah.
and also the fact that they're limiting me on how much I can spend on my debit card. It's like the limit should be how much money's in my checking account.
Yes.
And they say, oh, well, it's about protection. Bull crap, it's about protection. It's about bank runs. That's
Yeah.
what it's about. Because if everybody was like, crap, I got to get my money, well, they wouldn't have enough money because they're loaning out 10 times the amount of money that they're holding.
Right.
So they're very vulnerable. And that's why you look back at, the stock market crash in the 1920s, 1929, right?
Yeah. 29.
And you hear about the bank runs, right? And the banks are like running out of money. So that's where this whole thing started from, because they didn't anticipate that. So they learned.
And if they did do a run, they'd shut the banks down. We'd be
Right.
screwed as Americans.
Mhm.
Right.
And you're only insured up to $250,000 per account.
That's
And
right.
It's happened in several countries too.
Yeah. And you know what the other crazy part is too, is they give you, if you were to leave your money in the bank, they give you 1% annual.
Which
on
is
your
nothing.
money.
And they're
Right.
making 5% or more.
Oh yeah, depending on what they're loaning
Yeah.
it out for, and they're obviously loaning out 10 times that amount.
Yeah.
So who's getting screwed? And also on top of that, the value of the dollar is not growing by 1%. It's certainly it's devaluing it at probably more than 1% annually. So you're actually losing money keeping it in the bank.
Right.
That's why I like hard assets. That's why I like things like gold and silver and making the money work for you. That's the best thing you can do. If you got extra money, make it work for you. Get a good money manager or learn about the market. I mean, I don't like investing in, evil companies like Palantir or Pfizer. But find other good companies out there. That's the only reason I kind of like crypto, is because, you're not really investing in an evil company, So, but we do got to take our first break here on America Matters. I'm Leo Zaki with Eddie Floyd and Shannon Lawson. We got quite a few things to talk about today. We'll get to that when we get back.
At a Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, we've been accomplishing happy feet for over 30 years.
We offer a various range of shoe styles and sizes for both men and women. From all-season shoes and orthotics to work boots and safety shoes, our professional and reliable staff possesses the knowledge to help you find the proper shoes to fit your needs. Hard to fit? Hard to find?
A Proper Fit Footwear is here to give our customers happy feet. We make people aware of potential foot problems as we're sizing their feet, suggesting the right arch support, and guiding them to the proper shoes for their needs.
Stop by a Proper Fit Footwear at 4001 South Virginia Street in the Reno Town Mall today, and allow the owner Mike Jones and our fabulous staff to find the perfect pair of shoes tailored to your specific needs.
A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, the home of happy feet, where comfort and your feet meet.
Barbecue, the Butcher's Kitchen, would like to thank every customer for your loyalty and continued support through these challenging times. Call for takeout and delivery of rib tips, brisket, ahi, tuna, roasted veggies, and much more. Barbecue's open from 11 to 7, Monday through Saturday, and delivers hot food safe and healthy. Call 499-5855 for details. 499-5855 Barbecue, as featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives. Get real. Get into Barbecue Reno.
Have you been injured in an accident? Trust Adriana Guzman-Freilich at AGF Law, your local personal injury law firm in Reno. At AGF Law, we pride ourselves on being honest, hardworking, and ethical. Let's meet in person to understand your case and fight for your rights. Located near South Virginia and Plum, we're always ready to help. Don't navigate the aftermath of an accident alone. Call Adriana at 775-453-9595 or visit adrianalegal.com. Your recovery is our priority, and we're committed to getting you the justice you deserve.
To join the conversation, call 844-790-TALK. That's 844-790-8255. Now, back to the show.
All right, folks, we are back with America Matters. I'm Leo Zaki with Eddie Floyd and Shannon Lawson. And, lots happening. I mean, isn't it always? I mean, we're just living in crazy clown world, but now it's getting cleaned up. Yeah, the makeup's coming off, the wigs are coming off, no more honking horns and clowns,
Yeah.
pouring out of tiny cars. We're getting things under control, and part of the way you get things under control is with a federal spending freeze, and Trump has done that. I think that's great. And we need to have a federal spending freeze. Why? Well, because we're wasting money on all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, it's out of control, the money that's being wasted. I mean, I don't know about what all has been going on, but I'll just give you a little I'll give you a little insight to what's been happening here. Now, I'm not sure if this is satire. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if this is satire, but you know what? After we learned about the cocaine for the Japanese quails, nothing surprises me anymore.
Right.
Nothing surprises me. So I don't know if it's satire, but I don't know anymore because we have been living in clown world for so long. So take a listen to some of the things that apparently our government has been spending money on. Okay. Again, remember, this could be satire, but I don't know.
Well, good morning, fellow taxpayers. I'm back with the next 10 items that the DOGE, and that's the Department of Government Efficiency, is getting ready to cut. And it's going to give us more savings. And we're going to have to scratch our heads a little bit over these next 10 because these are absolutely ridiculous. All right. So number one, the National Bubble Wrap Stress Relief Study. We were wasting $1.4 million annually to study whether popping bubble wrap would actually reduce stress. It turns out that it does, but we don't need to spend any money on that. You can do that yourself. All right. Program number two, the Bureau of Mailbox Feng Shui. I don't even know what the hell that is. It was costing us $900,000 a year. All right, program number three, that is going to be the Federal Balloon Animal Training Academy, costing us $2.3 million annually. And taxpayers have been funding how to teach clowns to fold balloons into animals for kids' birthday parties. All right, now, number four is the National Pretzel Untwisting Initiative. It's $600,000 per year, dedicated to untwisting pretzels for research purposes. DOGE is doing away with that. You're welcome. We don't need that anymore. Program number five, the Department of Sock Pairing. We're wasting $1.8 million annually to find those missing socks. Sorry, everybody, you're on your own. You're going to have to find your own socks without any government guidance. Number six, the Federal High-Five Coordination Bureau, $1.2 million a year, ensuring that we're high-fiving correctly. That's got to go. That's going to save us some cash. Let's see. Number seven, the National Ice Cream Cone Structural Integrity Lab. We have been spending $700,000 a year to find out why ice cream cones leak, and that's just a huge waste of money. Program number eight, the Office of Puddle Depth Measurement. That was costing us $3 million a year to see how much rainwater was being wasted and collected in things like potholes and other puddles. So we're done with that one. And let's see, program number nine, the Bureau of Alarm Clock Testing, $1.5 million a year to ensure alarms are just annoying enough that you get out of bed, so you're getting that correct, noise that just drives you crazy. We don't need that anymore. That's saving us, like I said, at $1.5 million. And finally, number 10, that's the Federal Glitter Cleanup Task Force, and at $2 million annually. We've been funding the impossible because as we all know, at the end of the year when we take down the Christmas tree and all the decorations, there's just glitter everywhere, and it takes a couple months to vacuum it up. So in total, that's going to save us an additional $16.4 million of government waste. And keep going, DOGE. I'll bring you the next update as soon as I have the next 10.
So, like I said, that could be satire, but I don't know anymore. I really don't know anymore. But that's the kind of crap that we've been wasting money on. It's just nonsense. Go ahead, Eddie.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. As far as, I would have to say, let's say half of it was satire. The other half alone is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. And you did get from Colonel George Fleck, who both Shadamo and I know here, who's co-host with Ricky Harold on Military Matters. He wrote in and said, Eddie, did you watch them try to turn RFK into a hamburger today? And so I wrote him back and said, what do you mean? And he said, they grilled him to death. They just continually grilled him. Okay. And he's the right guy for the job, but they could not help themselves because all of the woke leftists kept grilling him left and right.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you brought that up. I do have a clip of from Steven Crowder talking about this. I mean, it's so crazy how the left has been going after him, and I'll just let this clip do the talking. But before we get into it, I did want to mention that he's been nominated for the Secretary of Health and Human Services, and
Right.
it's a big deal because he's been pushing MAHA, and I think it's very, very important that we have MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. I'm a
Right.
huge proponent of that, and that's part of something I want to do here in California is make California super healthy. Whatever the standards that the U.S. Adopts, I want to outdo them here health wise in California, because there's no reason we shouldn't be able to do that. Everything should be healthy and organic and not causing cancer. So I think it's extremely important. So I'll take a listen.
How about you accept term limits? How about that?
Yeah.
You want to determine how someone makes a living for the rest of their life, and he already gave you the agreement, which he didn't have to do, that he wouldn't make money off of drug companies because every single other person in this position has. And now you want him to commit to, when he goes to the private sector, which you haven't seen in decades, commit to not helping American consumers, which, by the way, I get why you're scared, right? The liability shielding of these giant mRNA injection companies, we understand it, kind of like red dye number 3. Once you understood that people would have that information, oh, wait, let's ban it because we might have this guy incoming. All of a sudden you care. You know what's in there. And again, I'm pro-Western medicine. I'm pro-innovation. I'm just not pro-lying. Something else I wanted to go back to. He didn't pull a Jesse Ventura and just say, I'm just asking questions. He said, why do we have this chronic disease epidemic? Why? 60% of kids are damaged. He doesn't have the answer because this agency, these agencies in charge of American health, clearly have not wanted that answer. Let me show you how. Food pyramid, hydrogenated vegetable oils replacing tallow, prescriptions that we're giving to kids, a record number of SSRIs with young women. You haven't been asking why people are sick. Pro-Western medicine, but you haven't fixed the problem. We have a problem in this country. Let's step back for a second, where we have more of an abundance of choice than ever in human recorded history, combined with convenience. You have telehealth, where you can do it on a Zoom call, and you have organic food that can be shipped straight to your door if that's your thing. No more food deserts. And we have a shorter life expectancy this generation for the first time than parents before them. And you're going to sit there and say that the villain is the guy or the American people who want some fucking change? Hey, when's the onus on you to change anything, ever? People are fatter, sicker, mentally more unhealthy, and they're dying younger. And it's all being funded by more money than ever in human history. You guys know it because you talked about it when you wanted to socialize healthcare. Where's your fix?
And that's exactly the energy that everybody should be feeling right now about what's been going on. I've been talking about the poison since food for a long time, and I know RFK Jr. is a champion of that. So the fact that these leftists are blocking him or trying to block him and do all this crap, it's just so disgusting how they are so vehemently against we the people. Because when you're blocking the things that are about people's health with facts and information like that, and they spend, like he said, they spend all this money, but we don't have the answers. Are you kidding me? This is a failure. They're killing us. They want us dead. They want us diseased. They want us incapable of standing up against them. This is their plan. And I'm telling you, it's not because there might be a handful of them that are stupid and incompetent, but I'm telling you, the vast majority of the people that are in opposition to this are totally clued in. They know what they're doing, and it's part of their sick anti-human agenda.
Right.
RFK Jr. is going to do wonders. I'm thrilled he's getting on board. I'm so thrilled. He's a real champion for humanity. Now, do I agree with all his standings when it comes to environmental stuff? No. Doesn't matter. I'm going to take him for what we need him for, and that's making this place healthy. There's no reason that people shouldn't be able to live over 100 years old in this country with the advancements that we have today with technology and medicine, and not just live to be over 100, but live to be over 100 in a cognitive, functional manner. I don't want to be 100 and like on life support being wheeled around, incontinent. I'm talking about over 100 fully functioning, cognitively aware, totally, able to get around on my own, totally self-mobile and stuff like that. There's no reason we can't be at that level. The reason we're not is because we're being poisoned in our food. And I love how they banned red 3 or whatever that you call it, prior to him getting in this position, prior to Trump taking office, because they know what they're doing. And I can't wait to hear more about the fluoride and the astrazine that they've been putting in the water and poisoning us. I'm really excited about that.
Yep.
Deanne Tate wrote in and she said, for fun, tell your audience to go to grants.gov and put in any department name and look at all the ridiculous grants. You will be surprised. All right, go to grants.gov. Well, we might have to play this game, Deanne. That sounds actually pretty fun. And then she mentioned also that those are real items that taxpayers are paying for. You will be shocked. It's disgusting. Wow. So that video, I guess, wasn't satire.
No,
that it's like the $10,000 for the drag queens on ice deal. Yeah.
All right, let's. You want to play?
And Leo, a lot of these grants and phony stuff is related to the horses too, and the PDP. They send these crazy horse ladies out to shoot these wild horses with darts in order to hopefully do birth control. It's not working. That's part of a lot of these grants too. That's going underneath the radar right here in front of our noses on the range.
Right.
What should we look for? Let's get folks. I want you to get involved. Comment and also text in 775-384-4444. I want to play with this. This sounds like it's going to be fun. We're going to go to grants.gov. And we're going to see some crazy stuff that the government has been giving money out.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. Any suggestions before we go to our bottom of the hour break, Shanama?
A business we're looking up?
Just grants, like some sort of just any department.
Money they're spending.
Let's see.
Let's just start with CDC.
I don't even think we can think of the weird stuff that they're funding.
1,668 grants.
Huh.
CDC. I don't know. That's fine. Oh, yeah, this is a CDC one. Advancing Ethiopia's capacity to meet international health regulations through local partner engagement. Great. I'm so glad we're paying for that. Yeah, I'm so glad we're helping Ethiopia. That's wonderful. I'm sure there's a lot of Americans there that are benefiting from this.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're going to have. All right, folks, get involved. 775-384-4444 or comment on any one of those platforms that we're on. And we'll find something cuckoo. All right. I'm Leo Zach with Eddie Floyd and Shannon Lawson. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Noreen Leary, CEO of the Veterans Guest House. Guest House is a home away from home for our veterans and their families who travel to Reno for medical care. Our house is more than just a warm bed. It's a place of camaraderie where veterans can find support and long-lasting friends. We serve veterans, men and women, young and old, Navy, Army, Marines, Coast Guard, and Air Force. Wherever they hail from and whatever their circumstance, the Veterans Guest House is ready to support them. The reason we feel so strongly about our mission is that we know that many veterans would forgo their medical treatments because they simply can't afford the accommodations. The Guest House is one of a kind in the country, funded entirely through private donations. Want to know how you can help? There are many ways you can be involved, from volunteering, providing dinners, or supplying items from our wish list. Find out more about the Guest House at www.veteransguesthouse.org. Serving veterans today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
I used to love going for long walks, but my back just doesn't cooperate like it used to.
Same here. But ever since I started a routine with Active Life Integrated Health on Moana Lane, I feel more flexible and in control. You should check them out.
This is Dr. Tom Waldorf. Let's make it happen so you can feel better naturally. To schedule the beginning of your transformation, call 775-842-0065 or visit activelifereno.com online.
Have you been injured in an accident? Trust Adriana Guzman Freilich at AGF Law, your local personal injury law firm in Reno. At AGF Law, we pride ourselves on being honest, hardworking, and ethical. Let's meet in person to understand your case and fight for your rights. Located near South Virginia and Plum, we're always ready to help. Don't navigate the aftermath of an accident alone. Call Adriana at 775-453-9595 or visit adrianalegal.com. Your recovery is our priority, and we're committed to getting you the justice you deserve.
Want to expand your advertising dollar? Sponsor this or any America Matters program by calling 775-827-8900, extension 2. Now back to the show.
Go to the horses.
All right, folks. This is America Matters with Leo Zaki, Eddie Floyd, and Shannon Lawson. And, Deanne Tate told us about grants.gov, and I want to play around with this a little bit with you guys and see what kind of crazy things our government has been pissing money away on. So I heard, Eddie, you said horses. What are they?
Well, the
American Horse Foundation.
They've got a program, Leo, where they're actually darting the horses to make sure that they cannot be impregnated. Okay. And like Shanimal told you, both he and I don't think it's working.
That'd be under Agriculture Department, probably.
USDA?
USDA or the Ag Department. Yeah, United States Department of Agriculture.
Could be.
I don't know. I was just trying to see, because I'm not familiar with this website, but it just seemed really, really interesting. I don't know what they got going on here. State Fire Basketball, blah blah blah. No, I'm just looking.
There's water.
Bison production and marketing grant program. Quality samples program. Technical assistance for specialty crops, endangered species conference. Here we go. Short-term agricultural Ukrainian fellowship program.
Oh man, come on.
Okay, let's take a look at this one. Short-term agriculture Ukrainian fellowship program. What exactly is this? It was posted January 2nd, so this is during the Biden administration, obviously.
Right.
Estimated total funding $250,000, so it's $250,000. They're going to award it to, I guess, one person. So this sounds a little money laundry to me. The description: the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Foreign Agricultural Service, Agricultural Economic Development. Wow, that's a lot. That's a mouthful of gobbledygook. Announces this funding opportunity to support the Technical Agricultural Assistance Program by issuing a new award. Wow, great. Blah blah blah. They're really fanning this one up. This is an
Makes no sense. Yeah.
This is an opportunity. This opportunity is available to state cooperative institutions and other colleges and universities in the United States as defined. Blah blah blah. Ukraine by connected target short-term fellowships, bolstering connections. It's like a fellowship program thing. Great. I'm so glad we're going to spend $250,000 on a fellowship program. That makes a lot.
To one person, yeah.
Cool. Wow. What a
someone's brother, sister,
yeah.
cousin, uncle.
Yeah. Go over there. U.S. Embassy, Kingdom PDS. I don't know. I don't know all this stuff. There's a lot going on here. Behavioral and integrative treatment development program. What's that? There's no award ceiling. Great. So that sounds like a blank check.
How about that fish and
no
wildlife?
Award ceiling.
Fish and wildlife. Okay, let's see. You want me to see? I'll just type in wildlife.
Okay.
See how this all plays out. This is an interesting website here. I didn't even know about it. Oh, Rhinoceros and Tiger Conservation Fund. Because we've got so many of those here in the United States. Well, actually, we used to, right? Because
we haven't lost any. Yeah.
I don't think we found any here either.
Right.
I mean, obviously they're probably doing this to help them around the world, but $8 million.
$8 million.
Good God.
Total funding $8 million. Great. Awesome. And this is U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Protect, enhance, blah, blah, blah. This is their freaking nonsense mission statement. Just looking through here. Long-term conservation of rhinoceros and tiger habitats. stop the illegal killing and trade of tigers and rhinos, something about communities with protecting biodiversity, Asian rhinoceroses. So cool. $8 million.
$8 million.
$8 million.
Right into their pockets.
Yeah.
There's no program happening over there.
Yeah, but where's the measurement of success? What kind of stuff?
Right, exactly. No accountability.
Yeah, like they're just like, here's money. You said you're gonna go do this. Here's $8 million. Go get it done. That was December 10th, 2024. So another obvious Biden one.
Yep.
Wow, 8 mil. Wow. What a surprise. So,
And it was last updated December 10th, 2024.
U.S. Embassy, Finland.
$20,000.
Yeah.
That's 20 grand. I mean, Helsinki's a cool city. I've been there, done a show from there. But I don't think we need to be using taxpayer money for that kind of stuff.
Nope.
So, I mean, yeah, we can go on and on and on playing with that thing. So, but this is what we're going to have government efficiency for. This is what we need to clean this kind of wasteful spending up.
Yeah.
I mean, because it all adds up. 20 grand here, $250,000 there, 750,000 here, 8 million there. I mean, it's all going to add up. And that you saw that list. It just keeps going and going and going. There's thousands and thousands of grants that our government is willing to give out. But don't forget that money comes from somewhere, and it comes from you.
Us. Yeah.
So we, the people.
Right.
And it's just blowing it on all sorts of crap. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a couple of things that are probably good in there, but that couple of things is far outshadowed by the things that are totally wasteful and probably some form of money laundering. I should have probably looked up something for like
definitely laundering.
I probably should have looked up something like for artists or painting, that maybe Hunter Biden probably got involved with, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy. All of it.
Well, PBS is taxpayer related, and they're terribly libtard.
Yeah, and so is Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
And they take 95% of the money that they get from the government and they cycle it right into the Democrat Party.
Yep.
Right.
So there's a lot of problems. I really want to see Trump tackle that one too. Like
Yes.
if you're getting any amount of money from the government, there's no way in hell it should be going to support either party or any party. Period. So I want to see that crackdown take place. I think that'll be really cool. But this is why he's got that federal spending freeze. And on January 27th, the acting director of the Office of Management and Budget, Matthew Vath, issued a directive instructing federal agencies to temporarily halt activities related to the obligation or disbursement of federal financial assistance. And then on January 28th, the U.S. District Judge Lauren Ali Khan issued a temporary restraining order blocking the Trump administration's directive to pause the disbursement of federal grants and loans. What an interesting topic we were just discussing. So I love how they're doing this infighting lawfare because it's all hindering everything. Dan Tate writes in, White House just rescinded federal grant freeze. That's interesting. That must be breaking news. But this whole infighting thing, it's so ridiculous because this is costing us money and it's all lawfare and it's like, what's the point? What's the point of holding up the progress? So let's learn a little bit about who Judge Lauren Ali Khan is. Well, Judge Ali Khan, her role in this case is not just notable for the legal implications, but also for her judicial background. She was appointed as an associate judge on the District of Columbia Court of Appeals, serving in that position until her federal appointment in December of 2023. Her confirmation to the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia was controversial, and it was secured by a tie-breaking vote from none other than Kamala Harris. And you got to understand, it's a rare occurrence to have the vice president step because she's technically the tie-breaking vote in the Senate. So that doesn't happen very often, but interesting one there, right? And yeah, it just shows how divided the confirmation process was with her. And well, if it took the vice president to push you through, I'm sure there must be some sort of allegiance or bias that person's going to have, right?
Absolutely.
So interesting.
You got to pay him back,
right? Of course,
that's how it works, man. Potomac do step.
That's how they do it. Gaming the system, stacking the deck, making these people just implanting their little peons to go and cause problems and slow the process down. I mean, they chew you up and spit you out. Like, I mean, all that just to have this woman be a small blockade trying to, dam up the crazy flowing river.
A regulator.
Yeah.
A self-taught regulator.
Mm-hmm. So, the implications of this kind of temporary restraining order are gonna, they're gonna have more scheduled hearings coming from this, and guess what? That costs time, that costs money, and they're gonna play around and see whether the administration has the legal authority to unilaterally pause these funds, or if move for seeing these are oversteps of executive power. It's just, there's a lot going on, isn't there?
Huh.
It's all just legal mumbo jumbo that they want to, that they're making people fight like this. I mean, we could be doing something productive, but again, these are the people in power that don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about doing the right thing. They care about getting their little bit of money because they're in this position of authority and they live in this little world, and they're a judge. I'm appointed. I'm a district, a District of Columbia, circuit judge. Like, awesome, cool. I guarantee you she's making well into the six figures. Guaranteed.
And what's under the table too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And all the other perks that come with that. So
yeah,
it's just, again, it's corruption upon corruption. And the more that they fight Trump, the more it's plain to see how deep these roots really run. And we know they run real deep. There's no doubt about that. It's just, it's coming to the surface and it's being exposed. And I hope people are seeing it, because it is so just rife in our government. That's why we talk about draining the swamp. It needs to go. So anyways, we're going to take our last break here on America Matters. When we get back, we're going to continue the conversation. Don't forget to get involved. You can always go to the Facebook page, America Matters Media. Easiest way to get there is going to americamatters.us. Click on that link. It'll take you right there. Or you can text in at 775-384-4444. This is America Matters. We'll be right back.
At A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, we've been accomplishing happy feet for over 30 years.
We offer a various range of shoe styles and sizes for both men and women. From all-season shoes and orthotics to work boots and safety shoes, our professional and reliable staff possesses the knowledge to help you find the proper shoes to fit your needs. Hard to fit? Hard to find?
A Proper Fit Footwear is here to give our customers happy feet. We make people aware of potential foot problems as we're sizing their feet, suggesting the right arch support, and guiding them to the proper shoes for their needs.
Stop by A Proper Fit Footwear at 4001 South Virginia Street in the Reno Town Mall today, and allow the owner Mike Jones and our fabulous staff to find the perfect pair of shoes tailored to your specific needs.
A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, the home of happy feet, where comfort and your feet meet.
The Delta and Bonanza saloons in Virginia City are simply elegant. Imagine ascending the grand staircase and being surrounded by the Victorian elegance and grandeur of the historic banquet rooms. Original crystal chandeliers, mahogany bars, and oak dance floors highlight the eloquently appointed spaces. A truly romantic and unique setting for your wedding, banquets, or holiday parties. Detailed ceremony and menu planning ensures your special event is a memorable occasion. With just one call to Jesse at 775-847-0789, all of your arrangements will be handled by by their experienced staff with your every expectation in mind, including cakes, flowers, photography, videography, music, and party amenities. Complete ceremony and reception packages are available, as well as their famous themed weddings. Since 1865, the Delta and Bonanza Saloon's guests have come from every state in the union. Now it's your turn. No event is too large or too small. Let the Delta and Bonanza Saloons plan your next incredible event. Call Jesse at 775-847-0789.
Unable to listen to the whole show? A recording of today's program will be available later today. Visit americamatters.us and click on the podcast link. Now back to the show.
All right, folks, we're back with America Matters. I'm Leo Zaki with Eddie Floyd and Shannon Lawson. And folks, Governor Ron DeSantis is someone that, has been kind of not talked about much since we've been all on the Trump train, getting him through, but he's still doing a banger of a job down there in Florida. And I really, really like the stance that he's taken, because he vetoed this immigration bill. And people must be thinking, well, why would he veto an immigration bill down there in Florida? And you know why? Because he said it wasn't strong enough. I like that. He says, I demand more out of this legislature than this weak, limp-wristed bill. I think it's great. I think that's awesome. They were calling it the Trump Act, where they were going to have some pretty key measures in there, things that would eliminate, eliminating the in-state tuition for undocumented students, and is going to allocate $500 million for immigration enforcement, and also include a provision that mandated the death penalty for illegal migrants convicted of capital crimes. And you're thinking, wow, that's pretty strong, but DeSantis says it's not strong enough. I like that. So I really think that that's going to be, this is going to really do a lot of wonders. So kicking it back to them, I guess, to make it extra spicy.
We have to have some kind of deterrent. It's got to be strong, because it hasn't happened in the last 4 years.
Right. So, I mean, some of the key provisions in this bill were, like I mentioned, the repeal of the in-state tuition, the new immigration enforcement office that they were going to establish there. So it would establish the Office of State Immigration Enforcement within the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. So that would essentially, have your own sort of, homeland security for the state, which I think that's pretty clever, right? Awesome. Why not? Why be solely dependent on, the federal government, especially after the last 4 years of them just not doing anything? So if you give yourself some sort of, legal standing in an organization that's going to go and enforce, immigration in your state, that's great. Why not? Unfortunately, we have to have these redundancies, because we just went through the federal government just absolutely clipping the wings of every state when it came to that. I mean, look what Governor Abbott had to go through down there in Texas.
Right. Oh, man.
Right? Ridiculous.
Destruction of Texas, especially the border areas, destroyed.
Yeah. So that office would create immigration related responsibilities handled directly from the governor's office. So again, it's just streamlining the process. It's an extra insurance policy that the law will be carried out, which is what we need. And that's what we're seeing right now with Donald Trump in office. It would increase state and local cooperation with the federal immigration enforcement. So that's where the $500 million would be going to strengthen law enforcement and in the collaboration between them and federal agencies. I think that's awesome. Obviously, the harshened penalties, like I mentioned, having the death penalty for capital crimes for illegal immigrants. Absolutely. You come here and you kill somebody, like you should absolutely be facing things like the death penalty. We need to have things that dissuade that kind of behavior. 100%. That's the whole point. You need to have harsh punishments. Otherwise, people are going to continue to behave poorly and do destructive things that upend our society. And then shifting the authority from the governor to the agriculture commissioner, this stuff would transfer significant immigration enforcement responsibilities to the ag commissioner, and that's in Florida. It's Wilton Simpson, so it wouldn't necessarily have all these direct roles in place. So I think it's pretty dang good, But he says it's not good enough, and I like that. And then also it says that it would create a local law enforcement immigration grant program. I know we were just talking about grants, but it would be a state-funded grant to assist local law enforcement agencies with immigrant-related operations. So to me, that kind of sounds like what Mississippi has been doing with essentially $1,000 a scalp for illegals. That's what it sounds like to me. So I think those are all great, but I guess it's not great enough. So I like that attitude.
Yes.
But this is the kind of stuff that we need to have taking place right now. So
yep.
Deanne Tate writes in, they should make all these illegals before shipping them back. Clean the
trash on the border. And
Yeah.
if not them, the prisoners. Get them on the chain link. Get that border
100%,
cleaned up.
100%. Absolutely. And we've seen those videos that Sheriff Mark Lamb was posting,
Yeah.
all the garbage and the trash and the discarded dirty clothes and the wristbands and the IDs and the currency from other countries.
Needles.
Oh yeah, everything. All these things. That's the kind of stuff that needs to get cleaned up. You talk about environmental degradation. I mean, in the videos that Ben Bergquam was posting, look at the Darien Gap, what happened down there in Panama.
Yep.
And Deanne also writes in, breaking news, if anybody cares, Senator Bob Menendez was just sentenced to 11 years.
Well, that's kind of a light.
Wow.
That's a light sentence. He'll be out in 3 or 4 probably.
Wow. 11 years. Wow. I guess there's some level of
progress.
Yeah, progress.
Wow. I mean, things are moving quick, aren't they?
Yep.
This is good. I like this. Eddie, we getting any texts from folks?
Yeah, we do. We have a whole bunch of texts from folks. A couple of them said, Leo, do you have any updates that you need to tell us about when it comes to the fires or possible mudslides?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely been some more mudslides. That was expected, right?
Right.
Because it rained. So
yeah,
more mudslides. That just means more cleanup, and the rain means that more of that toxic house crap has been washed into the sea. So I mean, I'm not going to be surprised when we start seeing like dead seabirds and dead sea life washing up on the beaches. I'm not going to be surprised because, well, it's all being mismanaged, right? This stuff needs to be getting cleaned up, but they want people to pull permits and to clean up their burned down house. Well, you're talking about 12,000 structures that are burned down. Get the dozers, get the freaking dump trucks, scoop it up, because let me tell you, there ain't nothing left. I've been in those buildings, the rubble of those buildings. There's nothing left. If your house burned down, it's all ash and rubble. It's broken nails and melted glass and melted metal and just toxic, like chemical amalgamations of plaster and insulation and just crap that you should not be breathing, and stuff that definitely should not being washed out to sea. But in the coastal communities like the Palisades, they got that logo right there on all the all the drains and the gutters with the it's that blue circle with the dolphin, and it says no dumping drains to sea.
Huh.
So
asbestos too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, a lot of those homes were probably built in like the 60s and the 70s.
Sure.
Yep.
And probably even before that too. So yeah, no, they're all full of just toxic poison. Clean it up, and then they're like, oh well, we have to do soil remediation. How about you get the top layer of burned house off first, and then we can start worrying about the soil remediation. The thing that you're going to put a slab of concrete over anyways, and nobody has a well there to worry about. So.
And I heard that they were trying to make people get permits to go back in and see if they could salvage anything out of their house.
Yeah.
Permit.
Yeah. There's literally lines of cars of people trying to get back in to see their stuff. It's such an asinine situation, and it's not right to all these folks that have lost everything.
Yeah.
And I've been meeting more and more folks every day when I go out here in LA that have lost their homes in these fires. and it's devastating. And now our homeless shelters are filling up with actual people that are displaced and homeless because they lost their homes to fires, not because they're drug addict crackheads with mental disorders. They actually had their homes destroyed because of fire. That's why they're authentically homeless, not because there's some sort of psycho meth head. And now those crackheads are going and being put into churches and sleeping and staying in churches. So we have a big problem. We have an overcrowding problem. And there are good people. I'm in some group chats that have rental properties that are making them available to folks who have lost their homes in the fire. So there are still good, believe it or not, there's good people out there in the world that are doing what they can to try and help folks. So if you do have a rental property like an Airbnb or a VRBO or something like that, that you do have, consider helping some folks out there, give them a reasonable rate. And I'm sure insurance will probably find a way to help cover it. So, please don't take advantage of the system, but, if you can help, if you can do it to help some folks, do something kind, be a part of the community in a positive way, and see if you can't help folks get just somewhere to stay while they go through this whole devastating process. I mean, remember, they're not coming to stay on vacation. They literally lost everything, family heirlooms, wedding photos, great grandma's jewelry, baby pictures, everything, their wardrobes. I mean, so much. Animals, of course, even loved ones, because let's face it, there's over 25 people that have died in these fires. And I don't care what anybody says, this responsibility falls on Gavin Newsom, and definitely a bit on Karen Bass, no doubt, but it's going to be extra emphasized on Gavin Newsom because of his poor policies that have allowed these fires to be as devastating as they were. And the fact that we have been pissing money on illegal immigrants and this homeless industrial complex, where you're paying $830,000 to house one crackhead. But we got fire hydrants that don't work, reservoirs that are bone dry. You got wildlands that are being unkept. You've got the blocking of upgrading the power line infrastructure because the construction team trampled 200 somewhat endangered shrubs.
Wow. It's a big clown show.
It is.
Yeah. So I'm here to clean up the clown show. I'm not playing games. This isn't time to be worried about social issues. This is time to do the right thing for we the people, managing our forests, making sure we got water, making sure that we the people are being taken care of. So that's why I'm involved in this stuff. Please go to my website, leozaki.com, to support me there. And also, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Follow me at Leo S. Zaki on Instagram to see plenty of more content coming out daily. And tune in tomorrow on America Matters. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you all then. Have a great rest of your day, folks.
For a nation under God, for America.